Close your eyes, please. Just keep your eyes closed. Just as we have our own rooms, own homes, the space in every home is one and the same. But the things that you have in the room are varied. We have our own bodies, each one of us. The space of consciousness in every home of a body, one and the same. The memories that we have are varied. As even objects in the room are collected in time, doesn't affect the space, but the collector, the individual. So also, all the thoughts, memories gathered in time doesn't touch, affect the timeless space of existence that we are. The collector, the individuality, is affected by it. Whatever it might have collected, good, bad, indifferent, in the relative sense of the term, doesn't touch the awareness in it, as even the space doesn't get affected by the stolen goods kept in the house. When the man who was stealing everything is gone, there is no conflict between the space and the goods that are in it. Apichet sudurachara. Even if you have been in the stage of your ignorance, a very angry, hurtful, jealous person, or even very kind, considerate, both goodness and badness are like kilvisam, agitation, from the standpoint of the Absolute. From the standpoint of Absolute, even papa includes punya, adharma includes dharma. Because as much you can be overtaken by anger, that much you can be overtaken by kindness. Any emotion, if you come under the spell of it, whether it is anger or compassion, both shall be problematic. But when you choose to be expressing an emotion, emotion doesn't overwhelm you. So the individuality, the I, because collecting stolen goods, anger, hatred, jealousy, love, infatuation, compassion, so many memories he has collected. Now he is gone. Sarvam jnana plavenaiva brujinam santarishyasi. By this boat of knowledge, pure consciousness that you are, you cross the ocean of agitations, meaning nothing ever touches you. All your memories are intact. If they fade away in time, it means nothing to you. If they stay there, they just appear to disappear. Who you are, the awareness, untouched by your memories. In your very private home of a body, the same universal consciousness, space of awareness, with your personal collections of memories, learn to use but never affected. Shivam, Shivam. See that, be that for yourself. The beauty and the grace of this knowledge, the meditation that you are, untouched by any thoughts or perception. A space in your home, a space everywhere. Awareness here is awareness everywhere. But you shall know only the content in your home. You are aware of the space everywhere, but what the space holds. You are aware of awareness everywhere. You are the same consciousness. But what all things it holds, you shall not know. One body, one mind makes you jiva, individual. Ishvara, all minds, all bodies. Therefore, Atmani drakshasi atho mai. One who sees the truth of himself, in himself, all things in him, and therefore in Ishvara. You are no more confined to one little body, not one's all-pervasive, yet playing through one body. Is the billionaire playing the role of a beggar, limitless, playing limited, infinity, celebrating all finite, God playing the fool. Your whole living, a continuous meditation. Call it prayer, call it gratitude, call it celebration, call it meditation. All one and the same. Be the self, the awareness. Just see that point. The body of a home, the same space of consciousness everywhere. Your very personal body, awareness universal. What is held in it, memories collected, vary from person to person. The space of consciousness that accommodates everything, one and the same. Bodies, same 5 elements, different models, different designs of homes. The mobile home of body, immobile consciousness, all-pervasive. Ever-changing memories, thoughts of all kind. You accept yourself for who you are. And naturally, therefore, the whole world is accepted for what it is. This fire of knowledge counteracts every thought. It's like the roasted seed loses its capacity to germinate. Roasted in fire of knowledge, all thoughts and emotions are incapacitated. It's up to you to use them as you like. You literally driving through this body for some time. Enjoying as long as the body lasts. Happy with yourself, blissful in your own being. The whole creation appears absolutely blissful. Magnificent with all its wonderment. Call it Brahman, Nirguna Brahma, consciousness. Ishvara, he alone is, she alone is. Just see that, please. Always in meditation, absolutely restful. Suddhananda divestave vedeshanga padakramopanishade yayandiyam sama dhyanavastita tadgatena manasa shintyam yogina yasyantam navidasura suravana Swami. Verse number 37 onwards. Yathidhamsi samidhogni bhasmasat kurute junam Jnanagni sarva karmani smasat kurute tatha nahi jnanena sadrusam pavitram yavidyate tatsvayam yoga sansiddha Kalenatmani vindati nahi jnanena sadrusam pavitram iha vidyate tatsvayam yoga sansiddha Kalenatmani vindati. Contemplation on this knowledge is absolutely imperative, important. You are going through verses after verses after verses. As the name peacock is not the bird, there is no beauty in that word peacock. when you see the bird, name disappears. The dance, the plumes, the feather, the color, so exotic. No name can do justification to that bird. No verse can do justification to the reality. No name can do the justification for the nameless. That is why scholarship, comparison is absolutely meaningless. A person may not quote few verses and repeat certain words. You don't know the name of this bird, peacock, moor, mayura, but you are enjoying it all the time. If somebody asks you, have you seen mayura? Mayura? You don't know. You feel ignorant. All the time enjoying the exotic bird, you are feeling ignorant because you don't know the name. All the time experiencing, being the happiness itself, the person doesn't. He feels ignorant because he doesn't know what is Brahman, what is happiness, what is consciousness. That is the paradox, the joke. That is why you don't make it complicated. This is knowledge, something available for everybody, all times. Other things you may or may not know. You cannot escape being yourself. But what have we done? We have just done exactly the opposite. Although other things are very easy, Brahman, self, truth, God is very difficult. Only rare few know. No. Rare few can be physicist, mathematician, historian, dancer, musician, for any profession that matter. But everybody is himself. Do you understand that? What is difficult for you? Being yourself or being with your memory? Try to catch your memory, continuously disappearing. Keep your body young. What a hassle. Get a particular type of food for your satisfaction. What a hassle. Contentment, always there. Contentment is not the product of a sensation, experience, possession or dispossession, indulgence or renunciation. That is yourself. Please see. That is why contemplate. You must see. Yadgyatvana punarmoham evam yasyasi Pandava. Hey Pandava, knowing which punarmoham na yasyasi, you shall never be deluded again. Other things can be forgotten. It will be embarrassing forgetfulness. You see the man standing in front of you, name doesn't come to your head. Just think of it. You know you have read the book, but the idea doesn't flash. The exact words do not come to your head. Embarrassing. Whereas being yourself, what names you need, what thoughts you need, what books you need, what practice you need, please appreciate. Because unconsciously, deep down, this individuality is so, clumsy. Because it has ruled for a long time. Holds on to something or other. Intolerant of dropping out. It will find its own little wily ways to justify its presence. When everybody is doing wrong, how can I keep quiet? Oh, I see. Do you understand trying to find other people's mistake is your big mistake? Difficult. So difficult to grasp it. I am very disturbed that other people are disturbed. Oh, I see. I am very angry that other people are getting angry. I see. How pathetic. It's exactly what they call like a self-appointed vigilante. The moral police, the disciplinarian, like in India, in Australia is happening now. Because the students are, some of them are hustled up here and there. They want to create a vigilante group. What will happen? You will create further problems. Give unto a responsible government, whoever can do it. Understand? You can definitely control your life. No questions asked. But controlling other people's lives, you have decided to be miserable. As much you don't like the control, that much others do not enjoy being controlled. Understand in the context of absolute knowledge. Don't talk about the school teacher talking to the school child, parents talking to growing up babies. I'm talking in absolute knowledge. Please see for yourself. Yadgyantva punarmoham yasyasi, knowing which you shall never get deluded again. Ignorance will not stage a comeback, because anadi avidya. Ignorance being beginningless, one's ends cannot begin. Now how can you say beginningless thing ending? Yes, beginningless thing also ends. Beginningless does not mean endless. That is why you study, you think these things. Because average person cannot grasp it. Beginningless is endless, that is the habitual statement. Anything that begins, ends. Anything beginningless, endless. Not necessarily true. A beginningless thing need not be endless. How do you say that? Solid logic comes. That's why nyaya. The pot is made out of clay. Please see this. The pot is made up of clay. In the clay, do you see any pot anywhere? You see clay everywhere. Do you see pot? You don't see the pot. So when did the non-existence of the pot begin in the clay? This is known as the BHAGAVAD. When did the prior non-existence of the pot begin in the clay? When did it begin? The non-existence of the pot. When did it begin in the clay? Beginningless. BHAGAVAD. When did it begin? BHAGAVAD. Beginningless. But the moment the pot comes into, you make the pot, what happens? The beginningless prior non-existence of the pot comes to an end. It is beginningless, but it ends. Now, imagine one logic like that by yourself. Beginningless, endless. That is how our scholar will talk. Beginningless means endless. No. Everything beginningless need not be endless. Something doesn't have a beginning. How would you say? Knowledge doesn't have a beginning. Something doesn't have a beginning, will come to an end. It doesn't have a beginning. Something begins. If you say it begins, you think it ends. Not necessarily. Something can begin, need not end. How do you say that? Okay. When the pot is broken, listen, when the pot is broken, the posterior non-existence of the pot begins. And the pot is broken. The pot is existing. Now pot is broken, pradhvansa. Now the posterior non-existence of the pot begins pradhvansa bhava. Praga bhava, pradhvansa bhava. The prior non-existence, beginningless, ends. The posterior non-existence of the pot begins, endless. That pot will not come back. You can create another pot, but that pot you cannot create again. So everything beginningless need not be endless. Everything with a beginning need not be endless. Everything beginningless need not be endless. It will come to an end. And everything that begins need not end. Posterior non-existence is endless. Whereas yourself, the awareness, only thing in life, in this whole existence, beginningless, endless. No begin, no end. Same at all times, all places, all conditions. Therefore, once you are aware, no question of losing sight of ourselves. And this knowledge, please, don't equate it with a word, a thought, an idea, a book, a person. Independent of every type of attributes. Awareness as it is. And that is why it is pavitram nahi jnanena sadrusam pavitram iha vidyate. There is nothing more sacred and more purifying than the knowledge itself. Not only by itself it is sacred, because no limitations of any kind. Anything that is dying, changing, we call it Shaba. Inauspicious, dying, changing. This is Shiva. Deathless, changeless, all-pervasive. Not only by itself is sacred, but also it purifies everything. What is purifying everything? Please see. What is the purification process? See that. What is the purification process? When you see the drop as a drop, it is so limited. The same drop, when you see the ocean, whoosh. Are you seeing that point? A cell on your body, just a tiny cell. But in that you see the Mr. So-and-so person. Now suddenly, it is not an ordinary thing. It's part of the totality. In a dust, you see the universe. In a moment, the eternity. In a drop, the ocean. In an individual, Ishvara. When I say individual, not individual man, not necessarily individual man. In anything. Ishavasya sarvam atmani darksyasi atho mai. Sees everything in himself and therefore in me, Ishvara, all-pervasive. The same dust, which is a dust of, listen friends, you pick up a dust. Is it dust of? Suppose you pick up a dust from the foot of a man, the dust of the feet of the teacher, let us say, or the dust from the feet of the father, dust. That dust also, dust of Aryanamalai. That is the dust of India, the dust of earth, the dust of solar system, the dust of galaxy, this galaxy, is the dust of the universe. Dust of the universe or dust that is universe? Huh? Can you say dust of the universe? You can say dust of the man, but you can't say dust of the universe. Devotee of money, but you can't say devotee of God. What? Do you understand? I hope you. It's so sweet. Ishvara, Ishvara, Ishvara. can't say dust of the universe. Drop of the ocean. The drop, that is ocean. At least ocean you can say drop of the ocean. But that is all pervasive. Like you can say dust of the universe. Dust of moon you can say. When you say dust of moon, moon is different, dust is different. But when you say dust of the universe, moon is universe, everything is universe. Just see physical. Universe is dust, universe is moon, universe is earth, everything. Gross. But see subtle, all-pervasive consciousness. There is a devotee of God. God Himself is. Understand? The dust by itself is not a universe, but there is a touch of universe in every dust. The person himself is not God, but the touch of God in every person. Ishavasyam, Ishvara. Tatsmat pavitram. Absolutely pure. Are you getting that? Can anything be ungodly? The concept doesn't exist. Can something be an opposite force to divine? The concept doesn't exist. Ishvara, Vas. The so-called intellectual sitting down with a, like an iceberg of a thought inside his head. Cold, calculated intelligence. What is that? I'm different, everybody is different. If you tell him that, there is no difference. There's only one thing exists. Infinite touches everybody. He has already decided there is no infinity. I'm not talking nonsense. True. Thank you. Do I need teachers to come and tell me each one is different from everybody? Everything is impure, limited, dying. No, everything is divine, sacred. That is why, which one shall you worship? Any form. With what form shall you represent the earth? When they sent a capsule to the vast space beyond, trying to contact, if there is an existent civilization, somewhere in distant stars and galaxies, what did they send? From the earth, what did they send? Anything. It can be a dust. From which part of this earth? Any part. The picture of any man. The leaf of anything, because everything represents earth. If you want to represent totality, God, Ishvara, that is why you don't say creation and the creator, both one and the same. Alone is existing. With what shall we represent it? Anything. A dust, a tree, a leaf, a monkey, a man, an animal, stone, everything sacred. So it's not a philosophy, but the God is a philosophical convenience or inconvenience. We don't accept God. What type of philosophy is that? We don't accept or reject. The totality. Always the same. Everything beautiful, everything divine, everything sacred. But unfortunately what happens is, when there is a contradiction, understand, there is a contradiction. You see contradiction. Why? Though the culture, the vision is so beautiful, culture is like that, the books have it, then you see the practice, untouchable. Somebody can go in, somebody cannot go in, somebody can touch, somebody cannot be touched, division. Then the person thinks. The so-called tiny little brain, who sees only that much, suddenly try to find the fault with the tradition itself. The vision is nothing wrong. It is the person. Change the people. As much you are so-called intellectual, not understanding anything, therefore questioning it. Instead of understanding, instead of questioning your understanding, you are questioning the very possibility. What a mistake. Should you question your understanding or should you question the possibility? If somebody says infinity, however theoretical it is not theoretical here, but however theoretical it is, that everything is infinity, everything is divine, should you try to understand it or should you try to dismiss it? And what is that you are trying to establish? Perception is real. It's like somebody telling earth is flat. Simple. There's nothing all around earth. Now what can you do? The sun is rising. What can you do? These are the intellectuals. See the possibility. Don't question the possibility. Question your understanding. Because nahi jnanena sadrusha pavitram, there is nothing more sacred than this knowledge. What is this knowledge? Jnanena means jnana swarupam. You are jnana swarupa. It's not that the information is sacred. Jnanena sadrusha pavitra navate. Jnanam, chaitanyam, awareness. You are jnana swarupa. That consciousness, awareness that you are, I am, everything is pavitram. Because it takes away the sense of limitation for everybody. Previously when I say I, it meant body. Therefore, apavitram, inauspicious, limited, dying. Now the same I, when I say it is jnanam, jnana swarupam, suddenly the body gains a beauty. Just think. When a billionaire eats puffed rice, suddenly puffed rice becomes very accepted, stylish food. Why? The billionaire is eating puffed rice. Puffed rice. Popcorn. Suddenly that it becomes wonderful. Think of it. Oscar-winning actor, just playing a small role. What happens? Look at that. Right? The top football player, Golden Boot was won. He comes and plays in a local match. Just appears, local match. What happens? Everybody remembers it, no? Oh, that man came here. Right? Think of it. In a drop, when you see the ocean, when you see the ocean in the drop, does the drop expand or your vision has expanded? When you see the infinity here, does the body expand? Your insight, yourself. Everything is beautiful. Pavitram, jnanam, pavitram, jnana swarupam, knowledge. Nothing can make it impure. Tat swayam, this knowledge. Yoga sansiddha, kalena atmani vindati. There are two types of people. Some people, two types, simple description. Some people, they listen, they get. Uttama adhikari. Some people, they just listen once, they get it. No more doubt. No sansaya, no vipariyaya. No doubt. Uttama adhikari. Some other people, so some people, sravana matrena jnanam. There are two schools like that. They talk about sravana matrena jnanam. As you listen, you get it. Tat tvamasi, tvam dasamosi. You are the 10th man, goes, finished. because you are prepared. Some other people, they listen, it sticks, they listen, they get it, but then again forgetfulness comes. Forgetfulness means not that they forget who they are, but the mind, so many other thoughts are coming in, as though preventing him from being with himself. What I call as the apratibandhaka jnanam, sapratibandhaka jnanam. Knowledge with pratibandha, knowledge with obstacle, knowledge without obstacle. So the person who is prepared, knowledge without obstacle, listens, gets it, finished. So the second variety says, tat swayam, this jnanam, yoga sansiddha. Yoga sansiddha, karma yoga sansiddha. The person who has these agitations, habitual behavior, unconscious identification with thought, consciously, living with right attitude, expressing his thoughts into action, accepting the result as it is, yoga sansiddha. He prepares his mind and thereby kalena atmani vindati. In time, he also gets it. So both the possibilities are talked about. So nobody is excluded from this knowledge. You are prepared, of course you are that. You are not prepared, of course you are that. But it takes time to own up. So what takes time is not the knowledge. What takes time is owning up. Are you getting that point? So don't be in a hurry. So suppose you just got like that. Don't be intolerant. Why this fellow cannot understand? What is your problem? Are you getting that point, please? Ask the question, do I understand? Are you going to live your life or somebody's life? Please tell. That is why you must be very, very conscious. Every time you are critical of somebody, you must be 1,000 times critical about yourself. That is why talking about others, I want to have a, what is that? AK-47. Anybody comes and talks nonsense about others. Observation is different thing, but being critical. Swamiji, that fellow is always angry. What is your problem? Are you? No. Then why are you worried? No, he disturbs everybody because he is angry. Oh, shut it up. You give them the time, as I told you, especially in an atmosphere of teaching and learning. Here people come with different types of minds. And each one will take its own time to get himself established. Can you do one thing? Can you be a mutual help instead of mutual leg pulling? Mutual help. World far away, everywhere there is leg pulling, leg pulling, leg pulling. Superiority, inferiority. Are you getting that? Superiority, inferiority. No. I look at myself, there is a compassion. Hey, why are you unnecessarily reacting like that? Suppose the person is too much. You can tell the person, why are you unnecessarily reacting like that? The way you speak, they knows whether you are concerned or you are critical. The way you speak. Understand? But the most important is, before I look at somebody and pass a judgment, I look at myself. Do I understand it clearly? Yes. Kalena yoga sansidam atmani vindati. Atmani vindati. Gets in himself, he gets this knowledge, gets established. And what is that he sees? Everything is divine, everything is Brahman. Sarvam khalu idam brahma. Tasmat jnanena sadrusha pavitram jnaneviti. There is nothing which can make, there is nothing which can escape the purifying infinity touch of the absolute infinity that you are. There is nothing which can remain impure, limited. Isolated, it looks limited. Look at as it is. It's part of the infinity. Isolated is a drop. Look together, ocean. Isolated is a dust. Looked at the part of the totality, universe. Isolated, individual. Look as the part of totality, Ishvara. Brahman, sarvam khaluidam Brahma, Ishavasyamidam sarvam. Say nirguna Brahma, consciousness, say saguna Brahma. In fact, if you speak of Ishvara. Nirguna Brahma, you don't have to speak. Everything is silence. Should you talk? If you talk, sound. Are you getting that point, please? So, both standpoints are beautiful. Are you getting that? Be yourself, be with forms. That is why it is so all-inclusive dimension. If everything is God, if somebody says, I believe this is God, yeah, that is God also. No, this form only is God, okay, that also God, but don't see the only God, that's the trouble. There is no only God. That's a huge mistake. Only God is a huge pain, divisive, destructive. This is the only God. God alone is all-inclusive, nothing stands apart. That is why everything is pure. Sarvam jagadeva nandanavanam sarvevi kalpadruma. Sarvam jagadeva nandanavana. The whole universe is a garden of joy. Nandanavana. Sarvepi kalpadruma. Everybody is like a wish-yielding tree. Samastavari gangavari nivaha. All the water is the Ganges water, meaning pure. Punya samasta kriya. All actions are absolutely wonderful, holy, punya, very comforting. How nice it is. With this attitude, if you live, please still. That is why you don't argue with anybody. Understand? You have no argument with anybody. Because what can you argue? Whatever the person says falls within certain views. Anything the other person says, if you have a person with all-inclusive vision, understanding, you have absolutely no argument with anybody. Why? Because whatever the other person says is right. Just like that story you remember. A person says, the elephant is like a pillar. Yes, pillar also. It's like a wall. Yeah, that also. It's like a rope. Yeah, that also. But all these things, elephant is all these things put together plus something which the other person doesn't see. He has elephant buddhi in a rope, in a tail only. What can you do? But tail is elephant or no? Elephant is tail, but tail by itself is not elephant. But if the fellow thinks tail is elephant, that also is right. Because in the tail also elephant is there. That is why you don't argue. Yes, it creates a problem. Because if he says this is the right, okay, let it be right. How does it matter? One time, then you go through your limitation. Suppose I say you are free. You say no, how can a man be free? He is bound. Suffer your bondage. What is my problem? How do you argue? Why do you want to change somebody? Are you getting that point, please? Why? Hey, I don't believe in all this being effortless, meditation being effortless. You have to continuously struggle. Continue. Please continue. If you want to continue your struggle, why should I say end your struggle? For what? Should I be desperate to end your struggle or should you be desperate to end your struggle? As long as I am desperate, you will never end your struggle. The person who is drug addict doesn't want to stop his drugs. But you are desperate about it. What will happen? Will they ever succeed? No. But the moment the person is willing, you don't have to worry. Just like that it happens. Anything for that matter. When the person wants to change, no force can stop it. And when the person does not change, no person can bring it about. Impossible. Impossible. That is why this knowledge brings you such unimaginable, incomprehensible power and dimension, that your acceptance of everybody is complete. There is no intolerance, no impatience, everything as it is beautiful. Why? Nahi jnanena sadrusha pavitra. There is nothing more purifying than this knowledge of the Absolute. Why? It makes everything infinite. Makes everything infinite. Makes everything divine. Makes everything God. Meaning, in a limited thing, you see the touch of limitless. Children's show. In a school, they have, what they say? Talent show. No, the children will appear in talent show. All the parents go there. Now, the child appears, one as a monkey, somebody is appearing as a joker, Komali, somebody is appearing like a donkey, somebody in the dress of a dacoit, a terrorist, somebody in the garb of a sadhu or a monk. Now, when you are looking at your child, do you look at your child or that dress? When you are looking, your child is coming as a monkey. Does the mother say, monkey is going now? By chance the monkey fell down, monkey is going, monkey falls down. The audience made, but your mouth is, ayo, why? The monkey is not falling. My son has fallen down. For average person, a soldier has fallen. For the parents, son has fallen. So even in that dress, can you lose it? Can you lose sight of your son? So in the limited things, can you lose sight of limitless? Once you see, this is how the perception is. You enjoy the appearances, but in and through the appearance there is a reality which nobody can ever escape. That is why pavitram, pavitram, pavitram. So which time is the best time? Any time. Right? But then, this is vision, understanding. Do you know what is insolence, arrogance, pride? Suppose somebody comes and says, very simple person, please wait for half an hour and our marriage, is going to begin at 10:15 is going to be. There is no such auspicious time. You can begin now also. For me it makes no difference. You can begin at 10 also fine, 9:50 also is fine. Oh, I see. These are the idiots who become wrong advertisements for the knowledge. It's like one fellow was talking. I'm not telling you a joke. 25, 26 years back, there was in a Madras, there is an organization, they had a program. They're talking on Vedanta. 7, 8 speakers are there. I was also invited there. So everybody is supposed to talk only 10 minutes. Because 7, 8 speakers, just 10 minutes. 8 minutes speech, 2 minutes question. Quick question. 8 minutes, everybody did that, I also did finish it. Some people are going little bit here and there. Those who are conscious, they just check, finish and come back. Then one man, Pava, he is dead and gone. He was a business executive, but he was also claims himself to be a Vedantin. He goes there and he starts. 8 minutes, bell gone. 10 minutes, bell gone. 15 minutes, he is not coming out. Then the High Court judge, who was the person sitting in the front, who was supposed to be, controlling everything, he got up, he said, "Sir, you have to stop." He said, "I'm timeless." I'm not, it's total mad. These people become bad advertisement for this vision. At 10 o'clock also you can start. It makes no difference to me. Some people try to show off how accommodative they are and become such stupid. You come late, think, you come late, suppose a bus is going, you come late, then you start looking for the front as far as possible, and you do not get, then you announce, oh, I can sit down anywhere. Oh, I see. You are so accommodative. Then why are you looking in the first place in the first row? Why are you looking in the first row? That means you people are not giving me the row in the first row, second row, third row, you become stupid, so I can go into the back row. You understand that mind, so stupid. Because you are using a statement. When you frivolously use Vedanta, it becomes disgraceful. Time. Even for your ordinary classes. Suppose I start 7 to 8, that's 7 to 8:30. Not I started at, you have not come, I am here 6:50, I am sitting. Then ask you, why are you not coming? Hey, why have I come early? Shall I question myself, why I have come early or why you came late? You didn't come late, you came time. And if I am 8:30, not finished, one day 2 minutes to go, suppose I finish 20 minutes afterwards, then food is delayed, that is delayed, everybody's program is delayed, then what shall you say? Something wrong with the people or something wrong with me? It's time. Respect. Why? For smooth functioning in life. Yes, in spite of our best attempt, certain times, maybe 1 minute delay, 10 minutes delay, 1 hour, 1 day can be delayed. Doesn't matter. But as a principle, don't say I'm timeless. Timeless in a wisdom. That is why beautiful, there is a verse. You want to write down, you can write down that verse. Very nice, that verse says, you must have heard it, I must have told you, I don't know that I have told you, but this is something. Advaitam Trishulokeshu Bhavadvaitam Sada Kuryat. You can write down. Bhavadvaitam Sada Kuryat. Our Vishwa will write down later on, don't worry about it. Bhavadvaitam Sada Kuryat Kriyadvaitam na Karhichit Advaitam Trishulokeshu Nadvaitam Gurunasaha. Bhavadvaitam Sada Kuryat. In your thought, in your vision, Advaitam Sada Kuryat. Always see the oneness. In your vision, in your thinking, let that oneness be always there. Kriyadvaitam na Karhichit. Never ever try to bring that oneness in action. Kriyadvaitam na Karhichit. What is this Kriyadvaitam means what? Elephant is coming and you are going. Elephant and me, one and the same. What is that? Suppose somebody is running. Hey, why are you running away? Elephant and you are one and the same. That donkey, if you follow, you will be dead. But such Vedantins are there, you know. Oh, that food and me is one and the same. Oh. Silly. One fellow, I met one ashram, I went there, the fellow is, I was sitting down, quietly in one place in meditation. There is a nice place there, I sat down there. Then he says, Swamiji, where are you? I'm talking to him, that time was a brahmachari. Then he says, Swamiji, where are you? I said, I was there in that meditation place. Oh, you still see the difference between the meditation place and non-meditation place? I wanted to shoot him. Then you know what I told him? I said, today you are invited for a lunch on the road. No plates, on the road. Eat. How can I eat in the road? I said, you are not worth discussing. Walked out. That is, you see this in a Vedanta, this perversion, it puts up people. Oh, it's all rope only. There is no snake. No frivolousness. It's a vision, it's an understanding. That is God, this is God. It's not a convenient state of convenience. You must see, it's not a statement for convenience. You must really see and live your life. No contradiction. Don't say everybody is one and the same. Then you start, telling that fellow is a rascal, this fellow is a rascal. Hey, you can... So because I say everything is one and the same, I can't say snake is also a nice dog. Huh? Snake is snake. So even if I say everything is Brahman, which is a rogue Brahman, this is an idiotic Brahman, this is a good fellow Brahman, this is a stupid fellow Brahman. You don't dismiss that. Are you getting that point? Because truth is essentially one and the same. I am not punishing you, cannot punish you, but your role. Right. But you see it very clearly. Understand? So kriyadvaitam na karichit, never in action. Meaning, action means what? You see that oneness in yourself, happiness is here, happiness is there, no problem. But therefore don't say, I can eat the food, I can eat the plate also. Why? Food is Brahman, plate is Brahman. Huh? Don't be nuts. Advaitam trishilokeshu, oneness with everybody in this world, but don't try out your oneness with the teacher. Guruna asa. That's why respecting the wisdom, respecting the knowledge. Guruna asa, oh, I put my hand on him, I can put my tail on him. Huh? Or trying to say, even Guru also doesn't know. Guru. Because some people become like that, arrogant, Certain standpoints my Guru doesn't know. The one who taught you everything, he doesn't know. You understand the line? Certain standpoints you may discover, but where from you got the essence? You learn everything from somebody and then you say, I am an independent thinker. That is your ingratitude. The whole tradition, so beautiful. Okay, pavitram navid. So, some people straight away grasp it, some people take their time, counteract everything, ragadvesh, and then kalena atmana vindati. They get it. Okay, having told this, then he says, who is the person who shall get it? Read. Shraddhavan lavate jnanam tatparas samyatendriyah jnanam labdhva param shantim achirena digacchati. Shraddhavan lavate jnanam tatparam samyatendriyah jnanam labdhva param shantim achirena digacchati. So now, who is the one gets this knowledge? Please see, Shraddhavan lavate jnanam. Now appreciate. That is why your tolerance level is so beautiful. As I told you, for God's sake, no unnecessary, unsolicited commentary or passing judgment. Who will get this knowledge? Not everybody. Understand? Not everybody, take this statement, everybody is the knowledge, but everybody is not aware. That is universal. Everybody is infinity. Everybody is the knowledge, but everybody is not aware. Everybody can be aware, but some people may not be aware. Why? Because of the difficulty. What are the difficulties? First thing is ignorance, and that ignorance, in ignorance what happens? Some people have no Shraddha. Who shall get it first see? Then you will see who cannot see. Shraddhavan lavate jnanam. One who has Shraddha. Shraddha means what? Guru, Vedanta Vakyadish Vishwasa Shraddha. We have shown it already in Tattvavada classes. What is Shraddha? Shraddha means a belief pending discovery. Faith pending discovery. That is the beauty in this language, Shraddha. Shraddha is not a faith, not a blind faith or blind belief. Shraddha means belief pending discovery. At this moment, I don't know. But if you say, I believe until I know for myself, that's very beautiful attitude. Because in the very beginning itself you dismiss. How do you talk? Where is the argument? The person says, I don't believe in what you say. Where is the ground for discussion? Are you getting that? When somebody says, I don't believe in what you say, then where is there to discuss? You tell me that in Tiruvannamalai there is a mountain and once in a year they climb that mountain and put up a big lamp here. Nonsense. But the fellow just dismisses. Nonsense. Why should people go to the top of the mountain and light up a fire also? To whom are you trying to talk? Now what do you do? What do you do? And we say in our ashram, so many beautiful peacocks are hanging around, just lovely like that, lovely peacock, always dancing, class also time. Nonsense. Peacocks, they are not going to hang around in the ashram. What are you talking? Now what do you do? Anywhere. I say, I live in a big house with 3 swimming pools and 5,000 acres of land. Bluffing. They're talking nonsense. How do you know? So anything comprehensible to you, I should talk. Right? That is, sometimes you people do that also. Even though you have a 5-star life, you tell everybody, no, we had just dosa, So the other person feels comfortable. Why? If you say you ate 5-star food, either he will dismiss it or he shall be jealous of you. Therefore speak the language. What did you eat? Dosa. Right? How does it matter? Let the fellow feel comfortable. The other person is ignorant. If you say you are alert, you are aware, you are knowing everything, the person will not take it. He will not first he will not believe it. And if he believes it, what shall he say? He shall say, you are only boasting. Shraddha is a big thing. If you, please see, the best thing, the moment you believe that I can be infinity, you shall be infinity. The biggest, the worst, the most daunting stumbling block is the person refusing to accept. Nothing else is a stumbling block. The biggest stumbling block is, how can I be infinity? That gives a permanent blockade for you. That is why the traditions, cultures, which have already told, you are a useless fellow, you are a rascal, you are a waster, life is limited, there is no hope of happiness here. They shall find extremely difficult to accept this knowledge. Because a voice so loud inside, it shall drown everything. It's like the person who has been conditioned to believe you are untouchable, you cannot get into the temple. If you get into the temple will be spoiled or the god will be made impure. So it has gone so much into his head, even if you push him with all laws and regulations, the person still will not get in. Because in his head he is finished. That my presence will spoil the temple or spoil the environment. How successfully you destroy people. It's like considering that the woman is a second sex. Meaning second means inferior. The man is male superior. Man can do everything. So the boy for no reason feels very proud. And a woman for no reason feels very it's like high caste. For no reason the fellow is an idiot, but because he thinks he's high caste, therefore and the other person is wonderful, but he feels humble. Why? Because he's low born, he's high born. You understand how the thoughts can destroy people? Same thing about believing and disbelieving. Oh, I'm a PhD, or I'm the FRCS, or I'm a ABCDE. Therefore, everything is useless. What? What is the connection? A person with open mind, Shraddhava, open mind, open to all possibilities. If you say, I'm infinite, why not give it a chance? Whom are you giving a chance? Are you giving the chance to infinity or giving chance to yourself? You understand the arrogance. Are you giving a chance to God by accepting God? You are giving a chance to yourself. Of course, that type of God who says, accept my God who is sitting on the top of the tree or under the rock or inside on top of the cloud, that's nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Because even if you accept that, what will happen? It will be a permanent distance. And you shall be miserable, big brother watching you. And every time you have to say, massage his ego, or else he is very angry. He will destroy you. What rubbish. If somebody says you are finite, somebody says you are infinity, which one I shall accept? And which one I should be interested in? Finite, I know. Infinity, really? How? Healthy curiosity. Shraddha. Shraddha is like a healthy curiosity. Really? I am the happiness, I am all that I am looking for. But you are stunting that curiosity, you are killing that curiosity, you are killing that inquisition, killing that inquiry, inquisitiveness, by telling him, no, this is not true. No, Shraddha, beautiful. Hey Arjuna, Shraddhavan lavate jnana. Once suppose, if I know I am infinite, must be. Happiness, any moment of happiness I am with myself, must be. Your obstacles will be automatically disappearing. Understand? What is this sound? Suppose you say, no, it's not an animal, it is an alarm sound. I said, no, it's not an alarm, it's just animal. Huh? What animal? Squirrel. How can a squirrel produce sound like this? What? I know it is a squirrel. It's a squirrel producing the sound, but you have never heard, you have heard only sounds of alarm. So you think alarm is going on, right? This is the type of people who are intellectual. Because he is used to alarm sound, so he thinks there is no squirrel sound. It's all alarm sound. What do you do? So now the smoking stopped, therefore the alarm stopped. What can you do to these people? Give me proof. Proof, it is an answer. What is the proof? I can produce the sound of alarm, please produce the sound of a squirrel. So I have to now coax the squirrel to produce sound, because I have to prove that it's a squirrel, no? What should I say? Hey, you enjoy your alarm, I am happy with my squirrel. Can you ask the squirrel to produce a sound to prove him? Just think. Prove infinity. Prove infinite? What is that to prove infinite? Infinity need not be proved. Infinity means always here and now. It's like telling, prove this dust is universe. Fool, unless you expand, you will never grasp it. Are you ready to expand? No, I must be limited, but you must prove the, dust is universe. How? How do I prove dust is universe? I don't have to prove it for myself. I have to only prove it for you. But unless you expand, you will not see. How do I prove? That means I must make you see. And you are not available for that also. How pathetic. How glorious. Hats off to idiotic intellectuals. You understand the point? How do you prove somebody? How do you tell somebody this dust is universe, this drop is ocean? Because he thinks drop is drop. It's only drops. The ocean doesn't exist in his brain. Infinity doesn't exist. It's all finite. Why? No Shraddha. He said, this is the ocean. Ah, really? How? Okay, you expand. Not the drop expands. They want a physical explanation for the subtlest of the truth. Expand this drop. Okay, if the drop is ocean, let it drop be ocean. What? When you say drop is ocean, ocean is in the drop. How can you say I am God? Of course you are not. Why should I say you are God? If you think you are a dog, no, dog is so sweet. Don't insult a dog. Dog is so cute. Don't insult anybody. This fellow, he is also, you can also tolerate him. Why? Madness, what can you do? When a mad person behaves mad, do you get angry? Mad person behaves mad. Do you get angry? A mad person doesn't know, he takes things literally. Like that one big shopping center was there. And one man was appointed as the salesperson. And the owner instructed him, son, remember, the customer is always right. Yes, sir. Then 7 o'clock, they opened the shop. People started coming in. After 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 hour. So many people coming in, they go to the counter, talk to this fellow, and they go away. Nobody purchases. They come, look at it, talk to him, and go away. Then this owner who was sitting on the top of the building and another room and was looking at the whole shop, comes down and he says, what is this? Why? What are they coming and talking to you? And everybody is going away, nobody is purchasing. What is the problem? He said, no problem. What are they talking to you? No, sir, they are all telling, they look at the price and they say, here the prices are very high. And you told me customer is right, so I tell yes. So all of them say prices are very high here. The customer is right, I said yes, yes. Now what can you talk to that fellow? Now suppose he is mentally retarded. Because when you say customer is right, he meant something. But this fellow does something. Now what? He becomes your desperation, frustration. Because the person takes it literally. Now so-called intellectuals take it, everything literally. What is literally? What you see, perception is real, literally. Perception is real. Earth is steady. Sun is rising. I am limited. Does it need great visionaries for that? But with these type of assumptions, those who have collected more assumptions, they are great thinkers. Less assumptions, idiots, right? Rather, more assumptions, greater idiot. Lesser assumption, lesser idiot. So more educated, more idiotic. If you have taken perception as real, understand. To such people, what shall you talk? Shraddhava, one who believes pending discovery, not to remain a believer throughout his life. In fact, Shastra is not interested in believers. Pranipatena, pariprasnena, you understand? Question. If you encourage belief, why should you encourage questioning? Pariprasna, question as much as you like. Shraddhavan lavate gyan. Tatparaha means tat jnanaparaha. One who is doing everything toward this knowledge of the Absolute. Going to a teacher, living a nice life, attitude change, tatparaha. Guru upasanado abhiyuktah. Jnana labdhi upaye. Whatever helps to the knowledge of the Absolute, I'll do it. Suppose early morning you have to get up. Okay, get up. I have to write my note. I write my note. I have to listen to the class. Listen to the class. Think it over. Think it over. So you, tatpara, jnanapara, that always interested in the knowledge. So Shraddhavan will get it. Tatpara, jnanapara, one who is doing everything towards the getting this knowledge, he will also get it. But then Shankara says, nice. Shraddhavan api, tatparaha api, ajitendriya sanne, no get. You may be Shraddhavan, you have all this Shraddha in the teacher and the scripture. Tatparaha, you are interested in getting this knowledge, you come in time to class, writing in the note, reading everything, but asamyatendriya. Is it so you have what? You should be samyatendriya. Your sense organs of action, your mind, you must know very consciously. Sanyata indriya, indriya samyata, bhagindriya, your speech, what you speak. All indriyas, what you do, samyata, conscious living, very important. Samyata indriya. Why? One unconscious speech can put you into a whirlpool. You get one statement, you give a wrong statement, you have to defend it unnecessarily for next 10 days. Are you getting that? One unconscious action. See the beauty. Tatparopi, Shraddhavanapi. If the sense organs of action, mana also indriya, is asamyata, uncontrolled, you are succumbing to the churnings of the thought and the senses, difficult. Meaning therefore, not that the sense organs will not, there will be no reaction to sense organs, or there will be no thought, though will be there. But you don't fall. What is more important? Hunger should not come? Can you say hunger should not come? Can he say? Hunger will come. You have got a body, no? Body means what? Hunger will come. Not only physical hunger, food, but also I told you, sex, touch. Will come. Because please understand this. I hope you have got it by now. You must see it. Two things, please see, are very, very dominant. I have told you 100 reasons why, because already given you the reason. Because food you cannot experience without touching and without putting on your tongue. That is why it becomes intense. You cannot be intimate with somebody without touching. Therefore, touch also becomes very strong. Not only that, reaction level, please observe, very important. When you listen to a sound, any changes take place in your body? Sound. Sometimes it happens, like a roaring tiger. Your body will be sweating. Fear can come. Okay, but see. You see something. Thought of a touch. Thought of a sound. What changes it brings in your body? Nothing. Thought of a smell. What changes it takes in your body? Nothing. Thought of a sight. What changes it brings in your body? Nothing. Depends on what sight. But suppose it is thought of a food. The thought, food smell reaches. What happens? Saliva. Talk of good food, saliva begins. Smell good food, saliva begins. Physically changes takes place. Therefore, it becomes powerful. Same thing, sex. Think of a girl, body changes. Think of a woman, body changes. Think of a man, body changes. You look at the man or woman, your body changes. That is why everybody goes crazy. Listening to a sound, what happens to you? Does your ear start throbbing? Ta 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 ta. Huh? What is happening? Suppose ear is going like this. What happens? Flute. Huh? are vibrating, guitar, veena. No, there is no change in ear. So sound you can prevent, put off. Sight also doesn't matter. Oh, lovely tree, so your eyes are going crazy now. A lovely tree. Nice fragrance. Now the nose is going crazy. No. But a tongue and sex, two organs of action, goes through changes. When you smell good food, already saliva. Oh, why? Ready to take. Smell good food. Look at the good food, your tongue is going crazy. Same thing, look at the man or woman, depending on whom you like, man or woman, your sexual changes takes place. Then suddenly you are aware of a part of the body which you are not aware before. Visible, distinct changes take place. What do you do? That is why people are driven crazy. Because it's like an unruly part of your body. Are you getting that point? It's like an unruly part of your body. You tell the boy not to cry, he is crying. How do you feel? Like that. You tell your organs, suppose your sensor, your organ of action, your tongue, don't salivate, but he salivates. What do? Average person goes crazy. With the tongue, now I feel like eating. Right. If you say, feel like eating, nobody minds you. Suppose you say, I feel like having sex. Huh? You can't even talk to your best friend about it. So everybody must keep it inside himself. That is why everybody becomes little stealthy, or everybody becomes, hush. Because you can't tell everybody. Can you go and tell everybody? So you say, Swamiji, can I go for watching a movie? Go. Can I go and purchase one, nice perfume? Yes, go. Can I have some good food in a hotel? Yes. Can I go for a sex? No. See, for God's sake, you see it as a statement. Take it as exactly. Do you speak that language? Very private. You suffer. Everybody has to handle it by himself. Even classes you don't talk about. Today I'm just talking, because this is not available, don't worry. Nobody talks. Maybe I'll talk a little, my next generation will be talking much more. It should be talked. Because you handle that one by yourself, without knowing how to handle. Why sexual perversion? Why sexual perversion? Have you seen sound perversions? Taste perversion, touch perversion, smell perversions? Also maybe little existing. But sexual perversion. Why? Because you feel it, but you can't talk about it. Hunger comes, the food you smell, saliva comes, you go, purchase the food, eat it and go. Appa, that is why people purchase sex also. Can't handle. What to do? So immediately the person shall say, asamyatendriya, that fellow, he is not keeping his sense organs under control. No. Things will happen. Changes will take place. If you smell good food, it will take place. But to do or not to do must be your choice. Same thing sexually. Body will react. To do or not to do must be your choice. That is why you want to have a physical relationship, get married to somebody. Or find a companion. Choice must be yours. But complication should not be created. No complication. What is complication? Because food you can purchase and eat. Sexually, another person if you do, okay, you can purchase that is why the prostitution. Think of it. Then disease. What all think? Then woman is used as a thing, or a man is used as a thing. Social complications comes up. That is why marriages. Or as today, people of understanding, living together. Different things, friends. But things appreciate. It will be natural. Indriyas will, the reactions will take place. But to do or not, you must be your choice. So that when I am interested in myself, a sound or a touch, a taste or a smell, doesn't distract me from being with myself. Let me be me, who am I? Then let me decide. I'm happy with myself. Can I have this? Yes. I don't want. I don't want. Choice is yours. Because if I have this, some other complications will come with it. Am I ready to take the consequences also? Yes. Go. No, I don't want it. Don't. Freedom should be yours. Complete freedom. But don't hide behind that. So if you are like that, you won't understand the truth. And a person who is Shraddhavan, Tatparaha, and also Samyata Indriya, everything is intact as it is. Such a person, Jnanam Labdhva, getting this knowledge of the Absolute, Param Santim Adhigacchati, gains absolute bliss. When? Achirena, not very late. Not chirena, meaning not very soon. Meaning, he doesn't say, how long? 1 month, 2 months. Achirena, in time. He shall get it. Why? Prepares himself. So what takes time? Not being with yourself, but preparing your mind. So this preparation, how long it takes? For somebody 1 day, for somebody 1 year, for somebody 10 years. Which one is better? Whatever is better, best for you, that is best for you. Don't compare. That is why you say, oh, my children are never interested. Were you interested when you were a child? No, then don't worry. When you are interested? When I was 40. Then why are you interested when they are 4-year-old? Wait. Let them also live their childhood. After all, the case is not hopeless. Any time we can take care. But before you make it emergency situation, come in, it is better. It's like your heart can be taken care at any time. But don't wait until the arteries are full. Okay? Same thing in this life, friends. It's like a top doctor. He says, don't worry. Anything will bypass it. Don't worry. Like that. Top knowledge. When you know yourself, Swami, I am very, very great rascal. Don't worry, we'll bypass it. We'll do a bypass surgery and you will understand yourself. Okay? Close your eyes. Ishwar.